This is what happens to your body after the age of 60. Grandma's Porch, a place to relax, a place to enjoy. Come visit Grandma's Porch. This is what happens to your body after 60 years old. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. Well, I was talking to my 90-year-old friend, and she is as spry as a 25-year-old. She mows her own grass. She drives her own car. She cleans her own house. She cooks her own meals. Her mind is as clear as a bell. So I want to say that at 90 years old, she's doing amazing. And yet, she has not been without her issues, one right after the other. And another neighbor told me, well, that friend is more like a family member, and she's not a neighbor. But a neighbor once told me, she said, life is lived in between the doctor visits once you pass a certain age. And there may be an element of truth to that for some people. And so it really got me to thinking today while I was out on the running trail. As most of you know, I'm 63 years old. I run 5 miles a day. I go to college full time. I'm a mom of 3 young adult kids and a wife of a husband. And so I'm busy. I'm very active. And I consider myself much younger than my 63 years old, both in attitude and because I take great care of myself. And yet I have discovered that our bodies do change after the age of 60. They're actually changing all along. And I think that it depends on how we care for ourselves that can make all the difference in how our body does over time. And so up to this point, and I hopefully always will be, I'm doing great. And yet at this age, I see a lot of my friends have physical issues. And also they have all kinds of issues at this age because, well, a lot of people are getting ready to retire or who have retired already. Some people did not take care of their bodies along the way. They didn't take care of their finances, so their finances are in a mess, and so they have to go back out to work. And often their bodies are not geared to going back out to work, and it's very hard on them, and it makes it much harder now that they have to get up early, go to work at the age that I'm at. And so there's a lot of things that can happen as we grow older. People sometimes lose a spouse, they lose a loved one. Sometimes they're alone and they're totally on their own. So, you know, for me, I'm very fortunate. I have a family, and I'm very fortunate that I take great care of myself. Have I been without my issues? Absolutely not. I've talked about those in other videos. And yet I'm meticulous about taking care of me because I see so many people my age, even younger, and most certainly older, who have health issues, who have financial issues, who have relationship issues, who are lonely, who have career issues. A lot of people don't want to hire people over a certain age, even though there's, they're supposed to, but sometimes the reality is they'll just kind of skim by them. So, as we get older, I think number one, it's extremely important that whether we took care of ourselves before or not, is to take great care of ourselves, because our bodies at this age can break down faster, it seems, than when we were younger. Seems like we could eat 3 Big Macs and not gain any weight at 20 years old, and now at 63, I can look at a Big Mac Mac or look at a hamburger and gain weight. You know, it's just the reality of it. And so the thing about it is that I think it's important, number one, to take care of who we are physically. Number two, take care of our finances, because our finances play an important part in how we take care of ourselves physically. If we can't buy the right foods, then that may have an effect on our body. If we have to go out there and take a job that we absolutely do not want to take, that's physically too hard for us at a certain age, that can wear against us. And so I believe in taking care of our finances. I believe in taking care of our relationships so that we have relationships around us. I always say if my kids all move away, I'm not going to a nursing home or a retirement home. I'll just buy a motor home. And if I can't drive it, I'll have one of them drive it or pay someone to drive it so that I can go pull up in their driveway and be close to them without living with them. You know, I mean, there's ways and there's options in the world. People don't necessarily have to do what I'm doing. I don't give advice. I don't give suggestions. I just share with you my views and how I do things. And hopefully, though, my kids will always be around me and that won't be an issue. But as we do get older, it's important to have people that care about us around us, if at all possible. And so I think taking care of our bodies, taking care of our finances, taking care of our relationships is so essential. My older lady friend has had quite a few health issues. She had to have a hip replacement. She had to have eye surgery. You know, it seems like every other week there's been something, you know, and yet she rebounds and she's resilient and she's back out there mowing her grass, you know, and I talk to her pretty much every day on the phone. And so, but she tells me, you know, as you grow older, things can happen to your body and the changes that can happen that didn't happen when you're younger. And yes, our bodies are always changing, even when we're younger, but it seems like when we're older, we notice it a tremendous amount more. So for me, I'm focused on taking care of my body in what I eat, in my health, in my well-being, in every area of my life, because I don't want to get broke down. I know that there are things that are out of our control that can happen, and I've talked about that before. And yet anything within my control that I can control physically, I'm going to do my very, very best at controlling it so that I can stay healthy. And things out of my control, then, you know, I'll just deal with them the very, very best that I can. But as we grow older, things, you know, can happen in our lives. It didn't happen when we were younger. And that's just part of the reality of being over 60 and getting older. I'm not trying to put a negative slant on being over 60. I'm trying to put a positive slant on it, keeping it positive, because if we take care of ourselves, we're likely to be more resilient, more resistant, and be able to live a much healthier lifestyle. So I believe that taking care of who we are is essential, especially over the age of 60. From my house to yours, may God bless you, and I hope to talk to you soon again. And so from Grandma's Porch, I hope you like, share, subscribe, shout out my channel to all your friends, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye. To relax and a place to enjoy. Grandma's Porch.